Welcome back to the Board Business Channel. Are you ready to dive into the world of semiconductors?
Oh, we're going deep today. Think behind the scenes.
Like the real deal. Not the companies everyone already knows.
Exactly. Those hidden champions that make all the tech magic happen.
Okay, so like those people on a movie set. You know, the ones who make sure the lights are perfect.
Right. The ones nobody really talks about but are totally essential. Like, you can't have a blockbuster without them.
Exactly. And today, we're talking about one of those companies, a true semiconductor MVP, Advanced Echem Materials Company Limited.
AEMC for short.
AEMC, it sounds kind of mysterious. So tell me, what's their story?
Well, they're on the OTC market, stock code 4749. They've actually snagged some pretty impressive awards, too.
Oh, really? Like what?
They've won things like the Ministry of Economic Affairs Industrial Technology Development Award.
Whoa, that's a mouthful. But it sounds pretty prestigious.
It is. They've been around since 2003, actually. Started out in the display industry.
You mean like those old flat-screen TVs?
Well, exactly. They were a leading global supplier for those TFT-LCD photoresist materials.
Wow, so they've been innovating for a while then.
Over 20 years. Tons of R&D and a team of seriously talented chemical specialists.
Okay, so they started with screens, but now they're in semiconductors. How did that happen?
So their core strength is in their tech, synthesizing, purifying raw materials, the super specific stuff.
Like the secret ingredients for making chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And then they create these innovative formulations with them. They're like master chefs of chemistry.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. But how did they actually move from screens to chips?
Well, remember when China's panel industry started booming?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was huge news.
Right. It was a big challenge for companies like AEMC, so they had to adapt, find a new way forward.
So they were like, semiconductors, here we come.
Pretty much. Their chairman, who actually, fun fact, has a finance background, he saw the potential in semiconductors. It was a strategic move.
Wow, a finance guy leading a high-tech materials company. That's interesting. But I bet the transition wasn't easy.
Definitely not. They had to get funding, build new facilities.
Right, because making semiconductors isn't cheap.
No, not at all. They really focused on R&D for these advanced process materials.
So did it pay off?
Oh, yeah. Big time. They're now a key supplier of chemicals for semiconductor front-end and back-end processes, especially in Taiwan.
Wait, Taiwan? As in the global semiconductor hub, Taiwan.
You've got it. They're right in the thick of it, really pushing the boundaries of semiconductor tech.
Okay, that's impressive. But how did they manage to become so successful in such a competitive market? What's their secret?
Well, they were smart about their strategy. Instead of focusing on let's say, the tried and true processes, they went all in on the cutting edge stuff.
So they're like the trendsetters of semiconductor materials.
Exactly. Always thinking ahead, anticipating what's next.
Smart move. So what else is in their playbook?
They're also incredibly customer-focused. Think rapid prototyping, sending samples within days.
Whoa, that's fast.
Right, and they've built some strong strategic alliances, with the big players in the Taiwanese semiconductor world.
Okay, so they're playing the game the right way, making those important connections?
They are. And there's one partner you might have heard of, a little company called TSMC.
TSMC,
Yeah.
seriously. But how did AEMC get in with a giant like TSMC?
They really worked for it, went above and beyond to meet TSMC's high standards. They even built a factory near TSMC's facilities, for seamless collaboration.
Wow, that's good.
Exactly. And TSMC, they're all about fostering domestic supply chains, so it was a perfect match.
So AEMC is like TSMC's VIP supplier now.
Pretty much. They've developed some critical materials, too, things like rinse.
Rinse. What's that?
It basically helps improve the yield of those super advanced chips.
So they're helping make more good chips, fewer duds.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So what's next for AEMC? Are they just chilling now?
Oh no, they're not done yet. They're actually setting their sights on developing advanced semiconductor photoresists.
Whoa. Hold on, they're taking on the photoresist market now. That's a whole other level.
It is, but that's AEMC for you. Always pushing boundaries. They want to shape the future of the industry.
This is incredible. It's like watching a David versus Goliath story unfold, but in the semiconductor world.
It really is. And the best part is, their story is just getting started.
I'm already on the edge of my seat.
It's a wild ride, right?
Yeah.
From displays to taking on the giants in photoresists.
Talk about a glow-up. But photoresists, that's not easy stuff. It's not like they're just mixing up some chemicals in their garage. How do they even think they can crack this?
Well, they're not exactly starting from scratch. They've got all that experience with the TFT-LCD photoresist, remember?
Right, right. But semiconductors, that's a whole other beast. What are the chances they can actually pull this off?
It's definitely a challenge, but AEMC, they've kind of got a knack for defying the odds.
I like that. They're not afraid to take risks.
Exactly. But they're not just winging it either. They're taking some serious steps to make this photoresist dream happen.
Okay, like what?
Well, they're pouring tons of resources into R&D. They've got a whole team of brilliant scientists and engineers.
Right, could have the brains for this kind of stuff. But R&D is one thing. What about actually making these photoresists? On a large scale, I mean.
Yeah, that's the next step. And they're prepared for it. Those new factories they built near TSMC,
The fancy ones, yeah.
those are designed to handle advanced materials like photoresists.
Smart. Planning ahead. But, it's not like they're the only ones trying to make photoresists.
Right.
Who else is in this game?
Oh, there are a few other companies up there, both in Taiwan and internationally.
So it's a real race to the top. What's AEMC's edge? What makes them stand out?
Well, that TSMC connection is huge. Having a customer like that who's really pushing for local suppliers, it's gold.
Yeah, like having a superpower on your side. And it's not just about AEMC, right? This is a win for the whole Taiwanese semiconductor industry.
Absolutely. The industry has been so reliant on foreign suppliers, especially for the advanced stuff.
Right. But if AEMC can step up and fill that gap,
Exactly. It makes Taiwan less dependent on other countries, strengthens their position as a leader in semiconductor manufacturing.
it's like AEMC is paving the way for a whole new era of Taiwanese tech. Okay, but back to reality for a sec. Developing these advanced photoresists is a massive undertaking. What are some of the hurdles they might face along the way?
Well, first off, the technology itself is incredibly complex. I mean, photoresists are delicate, you know? Even a tiny mistake can ruin a whole batch of chips.
Well, no pressure then.
Exactly. And then there's the raw materials. Getting a steady supply of high purity stuff, that's not easy.
Yeah, I bet those Japanese companies aren't just giving away their secrets.
Nope. So AEMC might have to get creative, maybe find new partners or develop their own ways to source those materials.
Resourceful. I like it.
Yeah.
But even if they get all that figured out, there's still the challenge of convincing chip makers to switch suppliers.
Oh, absolutely. Chip makers, they're all about reliability, consistency.
I mean, it makes sense. They
Yeah.
can't just use any old material. It has to be perfect.
Right. So even with AEMC's track record, they'll have to prove themselves all over again. Really show that their photoresists meet those super high standards.
It's like they're starting from scratch, but with a head start.
Exactly. It's a long game, building that trust.
Okay, well, let's say they pull it off. They overcome all these challenges and become a major player in the photoresist market. What could that mean for the global semiconductor industry?
Oh, it would be a big deal. It would diversify the supply chain, for sure.
Less reliance on those few big companies.
Exactly. And that could lead to lower prices, faster innovation.
It's like they're shaking things up. So what's next for AEMC? What does the future hold?
Well, the demand for advanced semiconductor materials is only going to keep growing. Think AI, 5G, all that cutting-edge stuff.
So AEMC is in a good spot then.
They are, but there's also all that talk about geopolitics and trade wars, right? That could definitely complicate things.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The world is kind of a crazy place right now. Could that actually hurt AEMC's plans?
It's a risk. They've built a strong presence in Taiwan, but if they want to go global, they'll have to be smart about it.
It's like they're playing chess on a moving board.
Exactly. So diversification is key. They're already looking at opportunities in other regions, Southeast Asia, the US.
Smart. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But expanding globally, that's not a walk in the park.
Yeah.
What are some of the potential pitfalls they might face?
Well, every region has its own challenges, right? Different regulations, different ways of doing business.
So they'll have to adapt, learn the ropes in each new place.
Right, and still keep up their quality, their customer service. It's a balancing act.
I have a feeling they're going to surprise us all. It's been amazing learning about their journey, from displays to the cutting edge of semiconductor materials,
It really shows you how innovation can transform an industry.
and how one company can make such a big difference. It makes you wonder what other hidden gems are out there, quietly working on the next big thing.
Speaking of hidden gems, remember Steve?
Our friend from the Arizona-Taiwan office. Yeah, what about him?
Well, he had some interesting things to say about AEMC's future plans. Let's just say they're not slowing down anytime soon.
Ooh, that's intriguing. I guess we'll have to wait and see what they have up their sleeve. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this incredible journey into the world of AEMC.
It's been a pleasure sharing their story with you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.